sure to check out Agelessgeeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Storm Collectibles 2019 New York Comic Con exclusive Mortal Kombat Cyber Smoke or Cyborg Smoke. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at this cool looking box. So as you can see, we do get the basic style box. When it comes to Storm's Mortal Kombat line, I'm going to complain right here because I feel like Storm needs to do this with their exclusives. For some reason, they never put a stamp or a sticker or anything to show that it is an exclusive from whichever event, either it be San Diego Comic Con or New York Comic Con. I wish they would do that on their exclusives, you know what I mean? So we do get the window right there on the front of the box. On the top, to say ages 17 and up, Storm Collectibles, 112 Action Series, and we get that really awesome image. That's my favorite part about these boxes on the bottom right corner right there of the character. Then it does say Mortal Kombat and Smoke. Wish it said Cyborg or Cyber Smoke there, and you can see a little bit of like a smoke effect down there, which looks pretty cool. Then the bottom of the box here, we do get the barcode and below it, so nobody cares about it. Then here's the top of the box. And then the one side here with a dope image of the figure there. Then the other side of the box does have the continuation of the sick image from the front. You can see some more smoke behind Smoke there. And then the back of the box here to show a bunch of really awesome poses you can get the figure into, along with most of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure up to take a closer look at this even more awesome version of Smoke in his cyborg form. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and just like with Cyrax, Storm Collectibles did kill it with this Cyber Smoke here, and I love that purplish bluish paint that they used for Smoke here. I think that looks great, man. And it is the same exact figure as Cyrax, just repainted this bluish purple color instead of yellow, and that's how Sector will turn out as well. Now we do get the three individual dreads here, and they are a soft rubbery type plastic. They just peg into the top of the head, and you can swivel them around a little bit there, but I always thought the dreads looked pretty cool on these cyborg ninjas here, and the head sculpt looks great, man. Very nice sculpt detail all throughout that, and the paint's a bit more cleaner on Smoke here compared to Cyrax on the head sculpt. Really dig the way the head sculpts look on these figures, so very cool looking. Then we do get that very cool sculpt detail on the black suit underneath the armor. I really dig the way that looks. I mean, they could have just made it a plain black without the sculpt detail, so I really appreciate them adding that extra sculpt work on the black parts of the figure here. Then we do get the armor here, and just like with Cyrax, you can hinge the front piece open. You do have accessories that can peg into there and stuff, and we have like the wiring and everything in there. Very clean paintwork and nice sculpt detail on that as well. And then you can close that right there also. And I don't know if I mentioned this, I think I already did. I really dig the color paint that they chose for Smoke here. Really cool looking. And then the back there. And this is, the armor is a soft rubbery type plastic. I believe just these pieces right here are a harder plastic. I think this is too as well. But I do like the black that they added in there, and over here and up on the top as well, and a little bit on the back there, and a very clean paintwork where that black meets that bluish purple type color. And then the arms here, we do get the armor on the shoulders and on the tricep right there, and then we do get it around the forearms as well, and I like that they added the black wash and the sculpted lines. I dig the way that looks. And then we do get the belt piece, which is a separate piece, and it is a softer rubbery type plastic. Very nice sculpt and detail all throughout it, and I like the sculpt work on these pieces here. I think that looks really cool, man. Just like with Cyrax. Then the legs here, we do get more of that sculpted design to the black part of the suit, which looks pretty cool. Then we do get that dope knee armor, which looks awesome. Same with on the shins there. A little bit more sculpt detail on the back of the legs as well. And then the feet here, we do get some clean paintwork there. And the bottom of them, not too much going on, but overall, just like with Cyrax, I think Storm killed it with Cyborg Smoke here. And just like with Cyrax, you have to be careful with paint rub on the purplish blue pieces on the black. Same with the silver. As you can see, some silver did rub off onto the black on the lower torso right there. So just be cautious of that. But overall, I think they did a fantastic job with the paint and sculpt. I can't be any more happy with how it turned out, but anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, Cyber Smoke is included with a ton of great stuff, and I don't know why Cyrax wasn't included with as many things as Smoke here, so you can see why I was a little disappointed with Cyrax's accessories. And now look at Smoke here with all the awesome stuff he's included with. So just like with Cyrax, we do get a set of 3 dreads in case you lose them or anything like that, and they're very easy to swap out. I'll show you how to do that shortly. Then we do get 4 of these bombs, and meanwhile Cyrax only got 1. I don't know if they are bombs or if spikes come out of here or something. I'm not entirely sure what they are, but they did a nice job with those. I like the sculpted texture on the yellow part there. So we do get that, and then we do get these really cool smoke effects that you put under his arms, and you wedge these pieces under his armor, which I'll show you shortly, but the smoke effects look great, man. It is a translucent plastic, like how it's all gray here, then more whitish at the ends there. I think that looks dope. Really cool looking effects right there. I'll show you how to get those on shortly as well. Then we do get the harpoon here, which connects onto the armor on the chest when you open it up, which I'll show you shortly. The rope piece looks pretty cool. And then this piece here, which looks like a trident, also looks dope. It's not too sharp, so you don't have to worry about stabbing yourself with it. So we do get that, and then finally, we do get this extension piece with a bomb that I believe he drops and kills his opponent, but this piece looks awesome. I love the, I guess, like gunmetal grayish type color they used for it, and it does have articulation on it as well, and this clips onto his shoulder, and the bomb looks just as dope, man. Really dig that paint that they used. And this does articulate here, also hinges here, and then we do have the clamp, which also hinges, and it does swivel as well. And I'll show you how to get on all the accessories right now. Alright, so if you ever need to swap the dreads, they are just pegged in, so you just unpeg them to get them out, and then just peg them right back in to get them back in there. So as simple as that. Now for this piece here, this connects onto the shoulder, as you can see on these pieces right there. That's where you would connect this here. So just put those right there, and then just slide that on like that, and then just bend that a little bit, and the bomb here fits right into the clamp, so you could have the clamp onto it like that, and there you go, man. That looks pretty damn cool once you have this on Cyber Smoke here. And you could use this with Cyrax as well. You could use all these accessories with Cyrax, so that's a good thing about these cyborg ninjas. You could use whose ever accessories with whoever. So we do get that cool accessory, and then we do get the harpoon, so you would have to open this piece up here, and this just pegs into the peg hole right on the center right there. So all you would do is just peg this on like so, and then there you go, as simple as that. And it's kind of like hanging down a little bit, but mine's a little warped, so if I flip it this way, it looks a little bit better, like he's shooting it straight on at somebody. So definitely cool accessory like with that. And you could also use that with Cyrax. Now for the smoke effects here, let's close that up, and I believe this one goes on this side. I'm not sure which one's for which. So you just wedge this flat piece in the back, and then you do the same thing in the front there, and you do the same thing on the other side like that, and then that, and you just slide them in there so it looks like smoke's like coming out of his body, or out of his cybernetic body right there. And these are probably, either these are my favorite or this is my favorite accessory. They really did include some dope stuff with Cyber Smoke here, and those look dope once you have that on the figure right there. And I'm definitely going to have them displayed with those, and probably this as well. So we do get all that awesome stuff, and then we finally get 8 alternate hands. And starting on the top right here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging, and these are all the same hands that we got with Cyrax, and I'm pretty sure Sector has the same hands as well. Then we do get a pair of open finger clenching type hands. We do get a pair of open style hands. Then we do get a pair of like martial art stance type hands, and those are my favorite out of all 8 of them, just like with Cyrax. And I wonder how many times I did mention Cyrax in this review, and will continue to. But we do get some very nice sculpt and paint detail throughout all 8 hands, and they're very easy to swap out as well, since they are a softer rubbery type plastic, and that's always a good thing, so you don't want to risk breaking a wrist joint on your figure. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Cyborg Smoke. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Cyborg Smoke, or Cyber Smoke, to the very top of his head. It looks like he's about 7 inches and a quarter of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectibles Reptile, Cyrax, Baraka, and Goro. And as you can see, he is the same height as Cyrax, because as I mentioned in Cyrax's review, they are the same exact figures. And then here he is compared to the McFarlane Toys My Hero Academia All Might, the Mezco 112 Silver Knight Batman, the NECA AVP Scar Predator, and the NECA Original Movie TMNT Raphael. And as I said with Cyrax, this Cyborg Smoke does scale really well with NECA's Predator and Ninja Turtle line. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectibles Smoke, the SH Figure Arts Sage Mode Naruto, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And as you can see, the Cyborg version of Smoke is definitely much taller compared to his human version. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and we get the same exact movement as Cyrax here. So we do have that barbell type joint where one ball peg connects to the head and the other part connects into the torso. And I forgot to mention, but I did put some text up on the bottom of the screen with Cyrax. These can swivel, so you can swivel them around a little bit. The dreads right there. But the upper neck joint, you could get Smoke to look up about that much. Looks down about that much with the upper neck joint. You get a nice pivot there, and then it does swivel as well. The lower neck here goes back about that much, so combining both the joints, he looks up that much, goes forward about that much, so with both joints looks down about that much. Then it does pivot at the lower neck, and then it also does swivel as well. And as I mentioned, these do hinge open, as you can see there. Sometimes the bottom part will pop off. All you have to do is just clip it right back on, and there you go, as simple as that. Then we do get a torso and a waist joint here. The torso does get hindered a little bit by the armor there, so the torso, you get really nice movement with the torso joint on the Cyborg Ninjas. Goes back about that much, goes forward about that much. You get beautiful pivot with the torso right there. And you would see a gap, but these straps do hide it right there, so that's definitely awesome. Then it does swivel as well. The waist here goes forward and back a really good amount, so combining both joints crunches forward that much, and both joints goes back about that much. You do get pretty damn good pivot at the waist. Then it does swivel as well, so combining both joints, you get some very nice torso and waist movement with Smoke here. Then we do have a very nice circular motion at the shoulder right there. This piece that is supposed to hide the joint, I feel like they should have made it a little bit wider, because sometimes you could see a gap depending on how you articulate it, so some people might not be too happy about that. So just be cautious with that if you don't want any gaps showing right there. But you get a great circular motion out of the shoulder. The arms do go out to the sides, not more than 90 degrees. They do go up and down. We do have true bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that do bend in all the way. Then we do have a ball hinge on the wrist, and where the joint connects into the hand, it's a ball peg, so you can kind of move that around a little bit, as I forgot to mention with the Cyrax figure. But we do have the ball hinge, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth there. Now for the legs here, you can get Smoke to kick forward a lot more than 90 degrees, so that's definitely awesome. Goes to the back about 45 degrees. Let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it, and he definitely can. I think he has better outward leg movement than my Cyrax figure. I just think the joints were a little too tight on Cyrax here. Then we just get a little bit of a hip swivel there. As I mentioned with Cyrax, I'm not too happy how we don't really get the best swivel throughout the leg down to the ankle there. But the knees are double jointed here, so they do bend back all the way, so that is awesome. And then the ankles here, they really do not swivel, just ever so slightly. So like I said with Cyrax and even Baraka and more the newer figures they've been releasing, I hope they add in like a swivel or something at the ankle right there, because that would definitely help out a lot with these figures. I feel like where the joint connects into the leg, you could get it to swivel a tiny bit, as you can see right there. See how I'm getting it to swivel a little bit? So maybe you can get a little bit of swivel at them. So maybe I was mistaken. Alright, so it does swivel a tiny bit at the ankle right there. They do hinge up really well, hinge down extremely well, and then you get that weird ankle pivot where the more you pivot it, the more it goes inward there. But if you use, see, you can get it to swivel a little bit, so you make it look more natural there. So that's definitely cool. And then you do have a nice toe hinge. So overall, Storm Collectibles worked in the articulation really well on these cyborg ninjas, and you're gonna be able to get them into pretty much any type of cybernetic ninja like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Storm Collectibles 2019 New York Comic Con exclusive Cyborg Smoke. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure with detail, I'd give it an even 9. Articulation, I'd also give it an even 9. Accessories, I'd give it a perfect 10. And then the overall quality, I would give an even 9 as well. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, only certain stores will have this since it is a New York Comic Con exclusive. You can check over at Agelessgeeks.com. If you can't find something on there, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. We do get the window right there on the front of the box. On the top does say Blab Du Hoo and Chabadi Choo, and my band-aid matches his outfit, kind of. Let's get this figure, but to take a closer look at this even. Let's get this figure, but to take a closer look at this even more awesome version of Smoke in this form, which is so many. Let's get this figure, but to take a closer look at this even more awesome version of Smoke, and I think I hit the tripod. Yes, I did, damn it. Peg. Whoops.